So this episode, lots to talk about. It was great. I loved it. Way better than last week. And yeah, let's just talk about this episode. Hey guys, it's Ashley, and this is my Pretty Little Liars recap for 617. We've all got baggage. So, this episode, a lot of things happened. I was really impressed. It kept my interest. Not so much with Arya's storyline. For some reason, I find her storylines really boring. But this season, again, with the whole book, like another book storyline, it just kind of bores me to death. But this episode was great. Episode first starts off with Emily, Hannah, and Allison. They sneak into Sarah's apartment and it's like trashed and they don't know where she is. They haven't seen her in a while and they hear someone coming in, so they rush in the closet and they realize that the hole is gone. No more hole. Like there's no sign of the hole at all, which isn't that shocking because POL has done stuff like that before where there is something really big and then in the next episode or the next few episodes it's gone like as if nothing happened. So it was no shock, but what you gonna do? So yeah, the hole is gone. There's a cleaning lady in the room. They get out of the room and then we find out this cleaning lady is a really realistic woman's mask on, and so they take it off. This A has a lot of disguises and identities. So yeah, I have no idea who that person is. They seem to have like a really like round butt. Maybe they just had a butt pad on for like the cleaning lady disguise. Ella and Byron get married in this episode, and I found it really weird that Arya was the one to officiate the marriage. Like, who does that? Like, I don't know. Byron and Ella think it's a good idea for Arya to have Arya officiate their marriage. Like, okay, that's a little weird. Somehow she gets a marriage license online. It was a nice, simple, small wedding. Hannah helps Ella pick out her dress and decorates the tables for the wedding. While this whole thing was going on with the wedding, it seemed like Hannah, she kept ignoring Jordan's phone calls, and it seemed like she was kind of like foreshadowing when she said that you'll never forget your first love. Something about distancing with your first love and then going back to your first love. And then Ella says, oh, well, that's not always the case because Byron wasn't my first love, this and that. And so I think it kind of gets her thinking that okay, maybe she should just move on, even though I feel like she still likes Caleb in some way. She has to love him. That was just a random Caleb moment. But I feel like she still loves Caleb. Okay, she still loves him, and in the end, she calls up Jordan and she tells him that she wants to get married. She picked out a wedding date, which is May 17th. I'm not sure what date they're on now. I'm not sure what month. I don't know if this is the end of Caleb or she's gonna cancel the wedding later on. Not sure, but Spencer and Caleb seem to be going pretty strong. So, I don't know. I'm not really a huge Spaleb shipper, but at the same time, it's like, okay, like whatever it is, you know? Also, Mike was mentioned in the episode, but he didn't show up to the wedding, probably because Cody Christian is off filming something else, so that's probably why his character couldn't be at the wedding. But they say that Mike doesn't approve of the marriage. Veronica and Spencer have a nice heart to heart talk, and Spencer finally has the words to confront her mom about how she knows that she has cancer. And it was a nice scene, like a great mother daughter scene. Veronica comes clean to the public. She makes a video broadcasting that she had a health scare, but she's all good now, and so that's great. Allison gets a message from A, and it was something about Does the good doctor know why Charlotte ran out of your house that night? I do. And there was a devil emoji. And instead of the word house, there was a house emoji. And take it seriously. I'm sorry. But these emojis, I can't take them seriously. I really can't. I just can't. Allison does have a conversation with Dr. Rollins about how the night Charlotte got released, how she told Charlotte about her relationship with Dr. Rollins, and she kind of has this guilt, like it's kind of eating her alive because she thinks that Charlotte didn't like how Allison betrayed her. That's what caused her to run out of the house that night. But Dr. Rollins kind of like reassures her that it's not her, it's probably him. And also he proposes to her, which wasn't a shock because we already knew that she gets married to him. And then at the end of the episode, they knock on Arya's door, wanting Arya to get them married. Really weird and on the spot, but okay, like, let's just throw that in there. We don't really know this guy very well, but I mean, you have to think that in the show, she's known him for a while, like 5 years. Arya with her whole book storyline. Liam finds out about Ezra and Arya's past, which I kind of thought he knew that already, or I don't know, but he doesn't seem too happy about it at first, but then afterwards they make up and they're all good. Emily has a box delivered to her by A, and it's about her baby, like their baby. And so it got me thinking, okay, so Emily in the books, she gets pregnant. Pretty sure I haven't read the books, but I read somewhere before that she gets pregnant in the books. And so I was wondering if in the show she's pregnant, but she doesn't know somehow. Like maybe while she was in the hospital, how she saw Sarah, like she was hallucinating. Maybe that wasn't a hallucination. And I'm not saying that Sarah is A, or maybe she's helping A, I don't know. But maybe it wasn't Sarah at all. Maybe it was someone else, but she thought she saw Sarah. Maybe that person somehow implanted like sperm into her, and like A sperm. Okay, that's really gross now that I think about it. Okay, but you know, yeah. So what if she's pregnant on the show with A's baby? That would be really interesting. That was just some random theory that I just thought of. Who knows? Because there was a what to name your baby book, and then there was like a message about like you better talk before our baby starts talking. That was really creepy and like back off. Emily then goes to like an abandoned diner by herself with no reception, and there's a truck that tries to run her over like 3 times, and she keeps running to the same spot over and over. Like you would think a car chasing you in the middle of nowhere, you would get out of there, but no, she just keeps running to the same spot. And a funny scene to watch. She then touches the murder weapon, which is from Melissa's suitcase, and drops it, and then A's helper grabs it and drives away. So now her fingerprints are on there, and we all know what's gonna happen next. We have a flashback. This was really interesting. To me, this was the most interesting part of the episode. Hannah gets a random flashback of a few years back while she was in London at Fashion Week, and Melissa was there. She was really drunk. She looked kind of sick, not sure, but she was really drunk for sure. Tells Hannah about how Ren left her and how she doesn't know why Charlotte has phone privileges, and how Charlotte was calling Ren. Could he be the big bad? We don't know, because I know there's like a lot of theories out there that he is. And so that was like, oh my gosh. And they also mentioned Bethany Young really briefly. And Melissa uses Hannah's phone to call Charlotte at Radley, tries to pretend to be Allison. It was quite a scene. Hannah throws her phone in the mirror because that's the only way she can get her to stop calling. Then at the ending of the episode, Veronica blames Spencer for leaking a file report from her opponent because Yvonne I guess had an abortion like back in the day, and her mom running for whatever is pro-life, so it doesn't look so good, and the IP address got traced to Spencer's computer, and it wasn't Spencer, it was A, but Veronica doesn't know that, so Caleb takes the blame for it, and so he's gonna try and find out who it is, but he has to get his butt out of there. Ending A scene was A looking to a instruction manual of universal remote controls, and there were like a bunch of wigs and glasses and bobby pins, and there was like a wedding cake on the side. Was this big bad at the wedding? Like, I mean, it was a really small wedding, so who the hell was this person? That was a good episode. I loved it so much. I liked it a lot. What did you guys think of the episode? I have a PLL parody song that I wrote a few days ago that I'm probably gonna post later in the week or maybe next week. What do you think of that? And yeah, it's basically a PLL parody of Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. And I was just listening to that song and it just came to me. The parody just came to me. I learned how to play it on the ukulele, and so here's the sneak peek. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Peace.